I'm Dan Fitzpatrick at StockMarketMentor.com. Every night we watch the same shows, Fast Money and Mad Money, and we want to use those ideas to grow our money, right? Well, good trading takes more than just punching the buy button every morning on the stocks you saw last night, okay? It takes a lot more than that. I'm here to help you make money on these three stocks I saw on TV. Okay, first of all, Nike. They reported numbers after the bell. They beat their earnings, which is just a wonderful thing, unless you miss on revenues, which is exactly what happened in Nike. So we're looking at the chart right now, after hours. You see the initial move down. Oh my gosh, that's wrong. Well, now we're probably right in the middle of the conference call. Turns out it wasn't so wrong to be selling. So what are we going to do with Nike? I'll tell you what I'd be doing. I'd be buying this thing tomorrow because, yes, the stock is down, but if you look at the weekly chart, remember, we're talking Nike here. These guys have been around. Let's go back to a monthly chart. This has been one of the greatest bull moves of a shoe company that I've seen, and I like shoes. So you look at this, these stock splits, little pullback. Does this really look like the low? The high? Does this really look like where the stock tops out? I'll tell you this. Buy the stock on the dip, and then when it gets up to $100 in a couple years, it ain't going to be tomorrow, not unless Michael Jordan comes back, and that won't happen. Anyway, you buy the stock on the dip, hang on to it through the rest of this consolidation. Ultimately, you're going to be happy with this. You're going to make money. Now, Mark Faber of the Doom, Gloom, and, Boom, Kazoom report is on Fast Money, and he's really bearish on the U.S. currency and various other things. The guy's also really, really rich, so you can't exactly dismiss him as some know-nothing bear. I mean, the guy's really rich, and most people, unless they inherited from mommy or married one of the Hineses, most people that have a boatload of money are generally pretty smart. So when I listen to this guy, I really pay attention. So Melco, he likes Macau. He thinks these casino stocks, particularly the ones in Macau, work. This is the purest Macau trade that I know of on Melco. I think it hit the bottom here in February. Technically, it is still in a downtrend, right? You can see that. But if Faber likes this, I like this. I think you buy this stock, and then when it starts trading above and holding above the 200-day moving average, as opposed to trading above it and then sliding below, once it starts holding above the 200-day moving average, then you buy more, okay? That's it for Melco. Now, Apple. Poetic justice, at least in my book, today, the FBI said, like, hey guys, you know that we're trying to get you to open up the iPhone for us so that we can look and see what that terrorist jerk had on his phone, etc., etc. You know the story. Well, forget about that. We got it. We got it figured out another way. We appreciate it. So they're talking about this, and this is definitely a question that can go both ways. I can make the argument on either side, and I have, but the bottom line is this. The fact that the FBI can open up this phone without Tim Cook's help is not exactly good for Apple. But how bad is it? Frankly, I look at this as it's a news thing, it's a political thing and all that. It's certainly something that, Lord knows, CNBC has devoted way too much time to this issue, like way too much time. This is... It turned into the Apple encryption network there for a while. And it really doesn't impact the stock one way or another. I thought it was really interesting what they were talking about on Fast Money. Had a pretty spirited debate. One guy was saying, like, well, they should have done this from day one. This is a thing about national security. That's that. They should have done it. And then the other guy said, vehemently disagreed, not just disagreed, but strongly disagreed that they shouldn't have to do that. They shouldn't be compelled to do that without a court order. Of course, what this Chucklehead didn't know was there's already been a court order. It's just that Apple decided that they wanted to say, no, we don't want to do that. So anyway, the FBI has found a way to sidestep this, apparently. I won't go into the details because I'm not a tech expert, and if you want to know, I'm sure you can find out about it in plenty other venues. I will just say this. You look back here at the monthly chart. Forget about this. This is the 40-month moving average, which doesn't mean anything. But you look at this monthly chart and you can see the uptrend on Apple. You can see this pullback on Apple. I think Apple has become an iPhone gadget company. That's really it. Nobody gives a rip about anything else. But on the short-term basis, stock is up. It's been under 110 for quite a while. I think it'll probably trade under here until earnings are reported. After that, I will be back with something else to say about Apple. You know that that's true, but in the meantime, here's what you need to know. Triple top, lower high still, nice volatility squeeze, a breakout, a little pullback, then a breakout to a higher high here, highest that it's been this year. I'd look for more upside in this if you want to trade this stock. But above like 110, I think you're in kind of rare air. I personally would chuckle about the Tim Cook thing because I do think it's funny. I don't know where this guy got his principles, but it wasn't at SHIT, which is the school that he graduated from. It was all just in my view, and that's all it is my view. A way for him to try to build up the brand at the expense of a lot of people. So anyway, long FBI, short Apple at this point. All right, that's it for these 3 stocks I saw on TV. I'll see you next time.